What's going on YouTube? Ferocity here. Hope you guys are doing well. Now I know we're early into the life cycle of Modern Warfare 2, but I don't think we're ever too early for the community to start providing feedback to the developers so that they can improve this game. Now if you're somebody who enjoys this game, I'm happy for you. I'm actually envious of you because frankly, I wish I could enjoy this game, but in its current state, I'm not having a ton of fun. Now, I don't know exactly what changes need to be done so that I do have fun, but I know that as it stands right now, the game isn't an enjoyable experience for me. And I don't know if it ever will be, but I want some of the changes that I bring up in this video to actually happen so that the game just makes more sense from a Call of Duty standpoint. Because it feels like Modern Warfare 2 tried to be innovative in some areas. They tried to make changes that we'd never seen before in the Call of Duty game, but these changes and these decisions actively go against what I feel the game's core aspects were way back during COD 4. And I feel that as time has gone on with the Call of Duty franchise, they've moved away from one of the things that COD 4 really had, which was simplicity, and they've gone and exchanged that for complexity. And for me, I just don't understand why, because what made COD 4 so good was how simple it was, and it was a complete experience, whereas here in Modern Warfare 2 in 2022, we just don't have a complete experience, and it feels like simple game mechanics are complex now for the sake of complexity, and we've changed things for the sake of innovation because we feel that we need to do things differently, otherwise things will become stale. And a lot of this stems from the fact that Call of Duty needs to be a yearly release for some reason, instead of it just being a live service game, which could grow and evolve over time, and it doesn't need to evolve and doesn't need to innovate every single year. Because I think it would actually do a lot of good for this franchise, and I think the fact that it's going to a 2-year life cycle is a good thing. But having things like time release perks, I'm sorry, this isn't Tylenol, this isn't your medication. Perks should not be time released. It makes no sense, and for whatever reason they thought this was a good idea. It needs to be scrapped, guys. It does. I don't think it's going to change gameplay that much, but it just gives the player an extra level of customizing, because if you add in a pick 10 system, I can have some fun perk setups. But right now, as it stands, my perk setups are extremely boring, and it's to the point where I don't really care what I'm running. As long as I'm running Hardline and Bomb Squad, everything else to me just doesn't matter and just feels realistically just non-existent. And that's not how perks used to be, and for whatever reason, that's how they are in this game, and I feel that it's kind of to the detriment of the game overall. But again, it's that erasure of simplicity. The other thing that I find just isn't as simple as it used to be is unlocking weapons and attachments. It used to be that, hey, you level up the game, you get weapons. You level up a gun, you get attachments. But now in this game, you have to separately not only level up in-game, you have to separately level up certain weapons and then unlock other weapons to then level them up to unlock the weapon you truly want. And then once you unlock that weapon, you might not unlock all the attachments you want because you have to unlock you have to get to certain levels with other guns. And to me, it just seems really counterintuitive. Yes, it makes players want to play the game with a bunch of different weapons, but for me, especially early on, when I'm just learning how to play the game, it'd be nice to have the attachments that I want to have. It'd be nice to have the weapons that I feel that should be earnable really easily through the game. But instead, I'm sitting here at like level 40 with 3 different assault rifles and like 2 different submachine guns that I can use. And that level of variety and variation in the gameplay just isn't there right now. And I think that derives solely from the fact that there's like 7 or 8 base guns that are usable in this game until you decide to level up obscure guns that you don't really want to use to be able to use guns that you do want to use. And it just seems all very arbitrary to me, and it just feels like, once again, a change for the sake of making change that just doesn't seem to really make sense. And honestly, I can commend Infinity Ward trying to do something different, trying to think outside the box, but it just has landed short here, and I think they do need to change it. Now, there's also 2 field upgrades that should just be scrapped from this game altogether, and those, of course, are, yes, Dead Silence, and yes, Last Stand. Both these should not be in the game. They should be removed immediately because they just hold no place here. Dead Silence should be a perk, and Last Stand was something that we figured out wasn't good for Call of Duty way back in 2011. Why we're trying to hash things up that were relevant way back in 2010, I don't know. What, does Pitbull have a new single or something? That was a joke. You see, I can be funny sometimes. I'm not always serious. But right now, it's the time to be serious. Because this game holds itself back because of bad design choices instead of just allowing itself to let the gameplay speak for itself, while also utilizing things that we've learned from past Call of Duties, like how to have a proper perk system, like how weapon unlocking and customization should be. Like, you guys have done some great things with camo challenges, but you guys have also decided not to include any other challenges in the game except for the 3 daily challenges you get. You guys have also decided not to have leaderboards or combat records or barracks anywhere for no reason whatsoever. And it almost feels like you rushed to get this game out. It's an incomplete mess with some features that make no sense just so that you could appease some shareholder. And I know, again, I'm getting to that conspiracy theory level, but it's all to the detriment of the player, to the end user, and it really feels like it's anti-player. And what you should be trying to do is you should be getting players on your side. And right now, you've got a lot of this community not on your side because you've botched the launch, because you've created a game that is incomplete and you've sold it to people at full price, paying more money than they ever have for Call of Duty game before for the base game. I remember when you used to get the secondary edition or the hardened edition for like $89.99 Canadian. Now it's $89.99 Canadian just to buy the base game. It's a little ridiculous if you ask me, but that's neither here nor there. The main point of this commentary is to say that there are changes that need to be made, the changes that I talked about in this video. They need to start figuring out the spawn system in this game because the spawns are cracked. There is something truthfully wrong in their spawn logic, and that's one of the first things they need to fix, the first things they need to address, and they need to work adamantly to fix that because it does hinder the experience of the player in the game. Their UI is also atrocious, and I've talked about this before. It needs a complete overhaul as well. The problem is I think we're a year away from a lot of these changes actually taking shape, so we're going to have a tough time for the first year of this game's life cycle until finally we've been blessed with good maps, which will be the Modern Warfare 2 maps from 2009 next fall, and once we're blessed with good UI and good game design overall. So yeah, do I have feedback for this game? I definitely do. Do I think this game needs some serious changes? I do. But I don't think that I'm the sole voice here. I don't think that my frustrations should be the only thing fueling this conversation. So yeah, I'd like to see the perk system change. Yeah, I'd like to see weapon unlocking and attachment unlocking normalized again, for sure. But I also want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think needs to be changed so that we can enhance Modern Warfare 2 and make it one of the best Call of Duties ever? Because that's truthfully what I want. I don't want to see this game fail. I don't want to actively be negative towards it all the time. I don't have fun doing that. It's not fun for me. I'd rather be enjoying my time and complaining about the small little few changes this game could be making instead of all of the large-scale changes it needs. So again, use that comment box down below. Let me know what you would like to change or see changed in Modern Warfare 2. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.